What's good with y'all, man? Check this out.
Looks is gonna get the man, but you know what keeps the man? Respect. She's always talking about why her and not me, because she respects his. Because even when they have a heated debate or they're arguing, she has boundaries. The last thing a man wants to feel like is he's being emasculated and disrespected by the woman he's supposed to love.
I want y'all to know that there's a difference between the red pill for men and women. All right, now it seems like there's a bunch of women that just recycling a bunch of the same stuff that, you know, the guys like myself are saying. And I don't want you guys to fall for this. Anytime a woman is talking this stuff, I'm like, that's cool that you understand. See, it's good for the fact that they understand. It's not like it's something new that they're putting out. It's just good that they can understand, but it's still bullshit to a certain extent. And I'm explaining why. You never really take what they say, you know, at 100% verbatim. Let you get involved with them and see how that stuff changes. Like I've always said before, women, when they're speaking, it's always in that moment of time. So their emotions in that moment of time, just like this girl, when she said what she said, she felt real good and real righteous about treating her man right. You know, if she's in a relationship or whatever man she would be with in the future, great. But I'm telling you, when you're in the situation with them, it's a whole different scenario. So just because it seems like more women are getting a grasp of this, don't mean that you need to lower your guard, fellas. If anything, is that you need to stay on point more because they understand that they can flip it. Bro, women don't got to live a red pill life. Even if a woman is technically, quote unquote, red pilled, like it doesn't really make sense because the women in society is able to just be blue pilled and that's okay. They can still be relying on the government. They can still get aid. They're still going to be babied in society. So it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really make anything. Right? A man can be you can either be a pencil pusher and be walked all over by women and men.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Grab your nuts, get red pill, understand that the world to men means that you got to make your value regardless of what it is, whether it's women, whether it's career, whether it's, you know, spiritually, physically, it doesn't matter. You got to work hard as a man. Like that's what it essentially is. Get the reality check. You know what I'm saying? You got to be somebody. Grab your nuts, grow up. It's that type of stuff. That's not the same. It's not predicated on the same circumstances for women as men. So when I hear this stuff from women, I'm like, okay, hold on. It sounds good, but whatever, you know, whatever at the same time. I'm going to give her credit. Hey, it's great. Women that understand this stuff is great. The women you want to look for, they need to be able to take a step back from their emotions to just really put themselves in a man's shoes to understand what it is. Right. And this being one of them. Don't disrespect that man. Right. Don't try to use the pussy against that man. There's a lot of women do. That's their only point of power. So it's kind of hard for a woman to just be like, it's cool for her to say that shit, but I guarantee you she'd be in a situation and she doesn't get what she wants. Her temper tantrum is going to be holding her pussy from you. That's all females' temper tantrum. Right. Now, the only way that doesn't work is when you're a high value man and they know that you can get it somewhere else. I straight up told a girl I was with, and, you know, she tried to get me on this exclusive stuff. And she's like, you know, keep saying whatever I forgot what argument was going on. I wasn't really arguing, but she had some kind of attitude. And she was like, you know, you might not get any pussy tonight if blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I looked at her straight up. I was like, that's not smart of you to do. That's not very smart of you to do. Or say for that matter. That wouldn't be smart of you. I just told her, it wouldn't be smart of you. And her whole attitude changed. She was like, and I guarantee you she got a wake up call. She's like, you know, that's right. Because he could just go out here and fuck another girl if he wanted to. Exactly. So they can't usually do that against you if you're a high value male. But going back to the respect thing, regardless, you got to maintain, she has to respect you. Any woman that's talking down on you, you know what I'm saying? And she's supposed to be the flower you protecting, and you do all this stuff for her, and she disrespect you. Oh, she got to go. Period. She got to go. She got to go. The women that I can say that would be a better choice off the rip is going to be females like this. As long as they have the understanding, that's great. That is leaps and bounds better than the modern woman. It definitely is. It definitely is. I don't want to discredit that. But typically, because females can flip flop between being understanding and then just go into an emotional tantrum and totally throw all that shit out the window. That's why I'm like, bruh, take it with a grain of salt. All right, any chick that comes up in the beginning, it's always going to be like, it's perfect, right? A chick is going to be on her best behavior. She's going to be trying to sell herself to you. I'm marriage material. I'm not a hoe. I've never been in the streets. I don't go out and party. Come on, bruh. Come on. You got to know that. And guys, this is why I'm saying this, is why I'm making this video, because it's easy for us to drop our guard when women are, all up on us. It feels good and you want to believe them and all this good stuff, but that's not how the world works. It's just not how the world works. And it's unfortunate, but you always got to remain 10 toes down. You always got to stay on your P's and Q's. It's not going to change. You ain't just finna miraculously wake up one day and a woman's just going to completely understand what it is to be a man. They can't. That's why I'm like, why do people even listen to these female coaches? It don't even make sense. Because they know they own bullshit. They be feeling this way one moment, then the next moment they be like, oh, no. Shut the fuck up. Who's really listening to this shit? You don't ask a fish how to catch fish. It doesn't make sense. All right? You ask a well-versed fisherman how to catch fish. You don't ask a fisherman that can't catch no fish how to catch fish. But even then, he will still give you better tips than the damn fish. So get it from a fisherman, which has got to be a put together man, like not a female, bro. The females can just, they can tell you what they selling you the dream then. Oh, this is what it is. And men really want this. Bruh, that doesn't mean that they're going to do that for you, though. That doesn't mean they're going to do it for their man. They men still deal with that bullshit. I guarantee you. They still deal with that bullshit. Think about the times where you've been cool with your girl. Like when you've been in a relationship or you've been with a girl that you got a fling and it's been on and, it's always on and off kind of. But when it's on, you're like, okay, it's going steady. And then all of a sudden she finds some kind of way to fuck it up. Some kind of way. And guys, this is what I mean, bro. It's never consistent in them just being level-headed. It's going to be a day off. It's going to be a week off. It might be, where she just, it's not even you and it had nothing to do with you, bro. It's just something else, or their feelings, or their cycle, or whatever the case is, whatever gets them riled up one day where they toast was burnt a little too much and there wasn't enough butter to, it's like, who the fuck, like who can really say that a woman is going to 100% be on this kind of wavelength with you the whole time? You know why? Because it's not going to happen. So don't just think that is women really waking up out here? And some of them is getting an understanding, but just like with us, we can understand women, right? But when you get that understanding of them, the real red pill understanding, it's kind of hard for you to really love them the way you would like to, right? Can y'all attest to this in the comment section? It's kind of hard to love them the way, because you want to be able to love them unboundedly. You want to be able to just love them freely, but you can't. You can't, bro, because you got to always remain as a man and who you are so you can keep them in check. It's reliant on you. So you can't just be, let me take my foot off the gas, right? Let me stop grinding. Let me stop being the best version of myself. And hopefully she still maintains the same amount of attraction. No level of her understanding about men is going to change the fact that she is still a woman genetically. Like, it doesn't change. They are dependent on us, our leadership, how we are. As long as you are a man about your business, a man's man, then you will, for some instance, be able to, steer her the right direction. But it's always going to be some kind of battle somewhere. So don't think that miraculously she's just going to respect you for no reason. No, just because she says she is, don't mean she is. You can never just take what they say 100%. That's the truth, and that's going to stay the truth with them, because they don't even operate in truth. They operate on feelings. They don't operate in truth, guys. Feelings. So if she feels like respecting you, or is it that she should just respect you because you the man for her and you do what you do? You should be able to get that, but that's not how it is. That's not how it is. She on her feelings. So the next day she's going to be like, talking out her ass. And it's like, well, you just made this post about how respecting men and respecting and how you would never do that. You would never use your pussy against that man. And how you would never. It just went out the window. One instant. Just went out the window. It is what it is, guys. Just stay locked in, bro. That's all I'm telling you guys. This is a little forewarning. It's good to hear. It's good to see. But don't be fooled, right? Don't be fooled. We still got to remain men on our grind, right?